Electric line south, Brian Freeze and Cookies. Mark, you want to address?
Well, Brian Freeze has paid his electric bill, so I don't know what you guys want to do. We didn't hook that line up going across that field.
Across our field.
Yeah, across your field. I don't know if you want to hook it up because he paid his bill or not, or we have to build a new line because that line is bad, and we'll do clearances and stuff for that 7200.
You explained it. You're going to have poles.
Poles and conductor and a transformer.
And we got a dollar amount on that?
I think when they had bid it before, it was in the neighborhood of 12,000, wasn't it, Marlene?
Yes.
Something like that.
12,000.
To do that line, and we elected not to do it, or
All.
somebody did.
How long a line is that, Mark?
Would you say that'd be probably about 1,000 to 1,200 feet long?
That's what I was going to say, quarter mile.
Yeah. Probably need probably 6-8 poles, or, you know, it depends.
We could put the poles in a little bit of what?
Did they take the old line out?
What?
Did they take the old line out?
No, it's still there, but they're short poles, because when they built that dike up there around that south warehouse, they pushed the dirt up around the poles, Biddy did, and then there isn't enough clearance for that higher voltage. You gotta have, I think, 18 or 20 foot clearance.
Plus the fact the poles are shot.
Yeah.
What would it cost to go underground? A lot higher or about the same?
Between twice and 3 times.
What's the transformer cost to take it back down to 2,400 from 12.5?
I'd have to look that up. I would say in the neighborhood of, just guessing, 500 to 800 bucks. I'd have to call up, because we could get probably a used one or rebuilt from TNR, and we could hang it on that pole, but we'd still have to redo poles so they don't fall down, or, you know, because there's a lot of what they call exposure out there with the wind and all that.
Can you take some of the poles they took down from CPS and use them? Do we have any used poles that we can use?
Yeah, but there again, you're using that used stuff. Yeah, we can use them, but
How long do you think the house will be there?
your guess is as good as mine. You know, I hate to spend a fortune on having the guy have 2 more months and then not pay his bill again, and we got to shut him off. No, I could get specs and REC specs and everything, and we could get some new used poles, you know what I mean? Some good used ones that aren't new, but they aren't junk. And I can make sure, see if we got enough conductor, and if we had a time frame, we could almost build that ourselves.
We put the step down transformer in and just use the wire that's there for temporary. Can we do that?
That wire that's there is not very good.
It's that
I know,
solid
but we don't know
copper.
for long it's going to be there anyway. You know what I'm trying to say here? Yeah. You know, at least we can get it hooked up and not have a lot of expense into it, and if the bill comes in.
Next to it.
Yeah.
You know, that's an idea, we could do that. I
He's
can
not
find out a
gonna
price
throw a
on a
bunch of money out
step-down
there.
transformer.
When the house be
Because it's single phase.
years over, so.
Yeah, I don't think we'll ever.
I don't know that we want to spend that kind of money on something like that, do we?
I'd say let's just do the step down and whatever it takes to. And use the wire, the existing wire that's there, and we'll
And,
see how
you
it
know,
plays out.
We got used cross arms. If there's a rotten cross arm, we can put that on there and use the same conductor and the same old transformer that's there. You don't need a very big one, but that could probably save us 10,000 bucks, 8,000 by the time we're all done. You know, I'm just kind of throwing out figures. You know,
Do you need the ground wire if you do that? Or
not
can you just,
not for that one.
just for the pain of the old?
The only thing we really got to do then is make sure that the posts are tall enough to pass regulations, correct?
Right, and some of them aren't, but we got some used poles that we already got bought, that we pulled out when we went around the bridges and stuff. We got them from REC. You know, it's nothing to put one of the taller ones in there and get our clearances and use the same conductor and different cross arms, and then try to get our step down. And that's a good idea. I think that would probably work. It'd save us a chunk of money, you know, for
Yeah, you don't know how long he's gonna be there.
Yeah,
Yes.
and we might get it built and he might be spite and not even move in and turn electricity on. Then we got a line there.
Yeah.
Then what do we do
There
with
may-
it?
There may be some other, thing going on behind the scenes that we don't know about.
Right. On the reason I got paid all of a sudden.
You guys want a firm figure before you come in?
Yeah.
Well, the other
Well,
thing
we
we could,
gotta provide it.
we could
Yeah,
use.
I'd say do the step down and just use the old wire for now, and we'll see how it plays out.
And if you got wire, better wire around, you know, we should have some.
We got wire laying
What
around,
they
but
took off the CPS or whatever.
we took down wire at CPS. If we're short, we can try to get that pole and,
Yeah. There's a couple good poles out there.
yeah. Well, that big one that, it had your them 300 kVA on there, that's a pretty good pole. That's class 2 and that's like this, but hate to waste it out there. We'll
I
use some of
know.
them littler ones, you know.
Well, I need a motion.
Well, is there any way we can tear out some of that stuff? You know, are any of those poles any good going out pits?
No.
They're junk.
They're junk.
They're leaning.
They were last year.
You
And
need to tear that out.
most of them, they had payloaders back into them and skimmed
I
it
would
by half.
make a motion that he does what we said here.
What do you call it, a step down, Brent?
Yep.
Yeah, step
The
down.
improvements to the existing line and poles that he needs to make.
It's been a
You're
motion
not gonna be able to hook
that we do a step down to Brian Freeze's house. Do I have a second? Motion been made and seconded for a step down to Brian Freeze's house.
Like you're-
All in favor say
I
aye.
think I can reach out.
All opposed? Same sign? Motion carried.